What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Game Show Invitational. We have another best of three, Next.KZ, going up against basically unknown, or at least that's their names. These players probably a little bit less familiar, as they have had some switches as of late. Both these two teams are 1-1, so this is going to be a pretty important game to decide the rest of the group. But for now, I'm Mike Lorski, one of your casters for today. HeflaTV is on the mic as well. We also have a new patch to work with, man.
I'm on the mic.
Yes.
Okay. I'm on the mic.
It's true. We have a new patch to work with, man. God damn it.
It sounds so wrong when you say that. I'm on the mic. Hello, my name is Michael Loris, and HeflaTV is on the mic. Anyway, guys.
I can hang up right now if you want. Jeez.
Thanks that you all came so plenty to the stream after all this TI qualifier madness yesterday, which you saw on HeflaTV. I'm glad we can cast something off-label here for the game show. So far, it's been a quite amazing tournament, and well, we have a new patch, as you said, already to work with. So tell me, what changed? I mean, I know it.
Fine, you want me to list out the relevant changes? First of all, Chen got a little bit of a change. Holy Persuasion doesn't add HP. It just sets HP, which for the weaker creeps, I guess, could be interesting, but probably not too relevant since the weaker creeps typically have weaker skills. I think the big loser's going to be that Gyrocopter who got hit real hard with his Rocket Barrage damage. At level 1 at the very least. Level 3, it's about the same. And then there was one more. Tether from the IO got nerfed pretty hard, but so far it seems like heroes that are picked unchanged.
And Tombstone is pretty important. Less HP on the Tombstone, so it's actually easier to kill the Tombstone now of Undying, since Undying is quite often picked right now. I guess that was a change. To be honest, I was fine with everything there when it comes to Gyrocopter and Undying. The other changes there are like minor tweaks, and to be honest, the experience gold thingy changed there, I didn't even understand what they mean, and I tried to talk with some statsmen earlier today, and they also they had not really any idea how the phrasing of those words translate into actual facts. But it doesn't really matter. The important things are the hero changes, and I think that it's some nice balancing, at least for the earlier game. And now, well, let's look into this draft here.
As I just said, there's not many heroes here, I don't think any heroes here, that were affected, or at least picked up, that were affected by the latest patch. Beastmaster, Lion, going to be the opening for Next.KZ. A hell of a lot of stuns and basically unknown. Well, first picking a Queen of Pain, kind of forcing Next.KZ's hand in that regard. You do need the stuns to deal with the Queen of Pain, and Lion, probably the best hero at dealing with that quap.
Yep. So Beastmaster, I'm really surprised. I mean, Beastmaster and Queen of Pain, I don't know why, but everybody loves them. I'm not really sure. I think both of the heroes are pretty shaky, but maybe it's really just me who saw so many bad performances on both of the heroes. Yeah, I'm a hater, when it comes to those heroes. I mean, if you look at Tier 1 Dota, we don't even see that many Queen of Pains and Beastmaster. At the moment, it really feels like this is a, I don't know, a transitional Tier 2 thing, in my opinion. So
I've seen enough Beastmaster and Queen of Pain in the top teams fighting it out.
I don't know, the Summit, for example. I guess mostly it's also fun. Well, the fact stands, we have now a nice set of Disable on Next.KZ. I mean, look at this. We have a Hex, we have the Roar, we have an additional stun with the Earth Spike. Now we have Paralyzing Cask, and of course, on top of all of that, a lot of burst damage. We have the Finger, the Death Ward coming out. Well, that's not quite burst damage, but of course, any damage then translated into Maledict damage, for example, would be quite high. The Axes, well, not the highest damage whatsoever, but still, the amount of Disable is quite insane. On the other side, well, Disrupt is always good, especially against heroes that are kind of vulnerable against this, like Lion, Witch Doctor, etc. The Slark is one of those who can easily sneak a Lion or a Witch Dog solo due to ultimate Shadow Plate or Blink Dagger Initiation, and of course a big fat oomph at the end with the Earthshaker now.
Well, this is picking a Slark into a whole slew of stuns, you said, from Next.KZ. That is a little bit risky. Witch Doctor stuns, very easy to pack out of, since when you see it coming. Beastmaster you can also kind of anticipate, but this is going to be a risky game for this Slark, at least not as secure as they really would like. As Next.KZ do grab the Shadow Fiend next. The Basically Unknown support suite seems to be a little bit more on the defensive side. They're not actually going to be heroes that can do a lot individually. like Shaker with the Blink Dagger can at a certain point, but they really are dependent on their allies to make these plays. That's why Bloodseeker, Slark, those are some pretty good heroes to make those plays, but if BU's cores get a little bit behind, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually come back.
And we finally get also the core. Next.KZ wants to balance all those supports and offliners around. It's the Shadow Fiend. So Shadow Fiend versus Queen of Pain, our potential mid lineup. And I'm really amazed what they actually ban. I mean, obviously, Undying, Gyrocopter, with or without nerf, they're out. But also like all these pushers, like Apagna, PL, Chen, and the Broodmother. Like nobody wants to play against push at this point. It's pretty amazing. Even though the patch is not like TI4 where we had like a crazy patch meta. But still, I mean, yesterday you saw it, for example, the end of the summit, like a lot of things went down with split push. A lot of matches were won. And also the TI qualifiers yesterday who were casted by us on HeflaTV, like a lot of stuff really went down with just go into the enemy base, like have the tons of creeps and or just good right click, do some damage, get out, avoid big fights, because big fights you never know how they go, you know? So I don't know, it's interesting meta, to be honest, because there's so many ways how you can play this.
And to stay on the same line as interesting meta, Crystal Maiden as the last pick for BU. I thought that Shaker Disruptor were going to be the supports for BU. It seems like Shaker is most likely going to be shifted over towards a little bit more of a core role. I really hate core Shaker. I think it's just not a thing that teams should be doing. But sometimes you just got to go for it. As Next.KZ grab a Morphling as they're a little bit of a harder carry there. So Morphling, we've seen time and time again teams running the pretty standard stunning Morphling, or I guess we call it standard stunning Morphling. But he still does the hard carry job if you need him to. And Unknown, they have a Static Storm already. They have decent bursts. So this is, again, a pretty risky pick coming out from Next.KZ.
Yep, definitely. Anyway, we should introduce them really fast, because look at Next.KZ, they're already smoked, which means there's a question coming out. So I'm gonna introduce them, even though I'm gonna have problems with the name. We have Sumaro on the Lion, Ahmed on the Shadow Fiend, and there is, I don't know, Z96 Han, or let's just call him Han, I guess, something like that, on the Beastmaster. Top War playing that Morphling, which is gonna be very, very interesting. And whoa! We're gonna go in a level 1 Roshan. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be slow. They have Presence of the Dark Lord level 1, so it's gonna be a little bit faster, and the Beastmaster level 1. If they get crashed here, Next.KZ just lose the game. But they're actually doing it pretty well. I think this is only really working because if you look at Next.KZ's draft, you wouldn't expect in a million years for them to go for this level 1 Rosh. So it's kind of working. It's not too late for them to crash it, but Unknown, they have no clue. And I wouldn't either. I'm pretty sure no team would realize what's going on here until someone dies on the Next.KZ side to Roshan, but that's not happening. It's level 1 Roshan secured by them, and that is a pretty good start.
And now Unknown is like, oh, what the hell just happened? Rune are spawning, the timing is just perfect. Bam, there's even the Bounty Rune secured. Top, we're gonna get the Earthshaker on the Bounty Rune, who's gonna take that offline, and now, good luck, have fun.
Classic. I love it, dude. I love it when teams do that. It's so hilarious to me. But okay, so the way that level 1 Roshan, or I guess, minute 0 Roshan works is that the Aegis, most of the time, is not going to be used. It lets you play super aggressively as the Shadow Fiend. Like, you could, eat tower shots and you don't really care about it. It's really the fact that everyone on Next.KZ starts at level 2, almost level 3. That really makes this valuable, because you can see already Unknown, they are completely abandoning the offensive tri-lane, or the defensive tri-lane, because there's way too many heroes in the bottom lane.
Yep, absolutely. This is absolutely amazing for a team to start pretty much 1.5 levels ahead of everyone else. And of course you have the Aegis, and at the moment the Shadow Fiend, for example, is playing quite aggressively, and he can actually do that. He can like put even some pressure on the Disruptor, die, just use the Aegis, and that's it at the moment. He might even die here. That's the Aegis done, but sure, you got a level 1 Roshan, why not?
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't holding on to that Aegis, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have made that play. Gotta get that 1 CS, super important. We have, on the Unknown side, gotta introduce them before we actually get going any further into this game. Nico Baby is gonna be handling the Slark on the top lane. Relax, fresh from London Conspiracy, I think, is going to be playing the Earthshaker. Pure Evil's on the Disruptor. We got Arise soloing in the mid lane, and Stomanen is on the Crystal Maiden. You very rarely see teams completely abandon the bottom lane.
Oh, look at the Disruptor.
They have to. Now it's Pure Evil to get caught by Sumeru. It's already the line to use all his CC, and Disruptor does have boots, plus he's riding a Raptor, so he's a little bit faster anyway. And Lion will fail to get that kill.
Actually, I think the Lion used his CC a tiny bit earlier before because the Disruptor was, I don't know, man fighting a tiny bit. Like, the second he was running away, that's where I think he should have used the Hex and the Earthspike combination to give the Shadow Fiend some time. Problem is they didn't have boots. Both of them don't have boots, Lion and Shadow Fiend. With boots, that might have been interesting, but now the Lion is actually here in trouble. There's no Scream, but there's a nice Fissure, but this Fissure, nope, it's not even blocking the entire way, so he's gonna get out and just taking tons of damage.
And when you have that level advantage on all of your heroes, that of course means for the enemy that if they get a single kill, they're going to be getting a lot more than they ordinarily would get. That's how they come back unknown from this very early deficit that they find themselves in. Just find a couple of kills. It is very possible when you have a CM, an Earthshaker, and a Disruptor, so much control between those three heroes. Of course, you know, when Disruptor gets to level 2, he'll have a glimpse, and then this control will be there, but they're going to set their sights on this Beastmaster up towards top. Fissure is going to wall off, Pounce is going to connect, and this should be a kill for the unknown side. First blood, in fact, will be drawn by them, and it will be drawn by the Slark.
Yep, finally a Fissure that was actually blocking every single thing, but also Crystal Maiden here actually in trouble, but the Queen of Pain coming in, getting the revenge kill on that poor Lion. But look at Queen of Pain, she's still 6 seconds, 5 seconds actually away. Arise, one more right click by that Witch Dog, 2 seconds, 1 second, there's the right click, and Lucky is getting the lucky punch here in the end. Queen of Pain going down, make it a 2-for-1 trade. Definitely not worth it, especially since the Shadow Fiend is now just going back to the mid. You got a nice little, yeah, I don't know, snack with the Crystal Maiden for gold and experience, and he's all back to lane, not missing out on anything.
CM probably should have lived there. She poked her head out, not expecting a Shadow Fiend, just one right click and Shadow Fiend gets a free one. They're going to jump in towards that Shadow Fiend over in mid lane, but this is a level 4 hero, very hard to bring down. Shadow Strike, not going to do it, turn around for a raise just to send them packing. This is not exactly the greatest early start for Unknown. They're evening the kill score, and that's pretty good, all things considered, but the problem is that we got this Morphling who's on the off lane, who's getting complete and utter free farm. It's a 2v0, 1v0 lane.
Absolutely amazing. 28 and 20. I don't know, this is probably gonna be one of the best Morphling stats ever in a lane because he's completely uncontested. The only fail that could happen is really him missing a CS like he, for example, just did.
No, we didn't see that. That wasn't on camera.
No, we didn't see that.
No, he got them all. He is also, of course, able to go almost into pure agility because there is no one up against him in the lane. Now there is pure evil, just going to grab some experience on the bottom lane. But yeah, the Morphling is able to do so many broken things down here because there is no one to contest his farm. He could even turn on the Ring of Aquila and just shove the wave super hard and really pressure whoever's going to be defending this. Because this is a level 5 Morphling we're talking about. He has level 3 waveform. This hurts. And not to mention the fact that he's doing upward, or close to 100 damage a pop.
Like Ahmed here, he is invisible. Still half duration of that rune is ready. Arise, if he's getting stunned or hexed or anything like that, a triple raise on him should really just do the trick. But Lion is coming in. But yeah, Arise, he knew something like that is up. Maybe instead we see something top there. There's a leap out, but Lucky, he's not gonna get the paralyzing cask off. That would have been just perfect, to be honest. Instead, we're gonna see the Morphling just getting a solo kill on the Disruptor. So much action on all 3 lanes here.
Yeah, Topper just jumped right in, and that's exactly what you do. It begins at a single Disruptor in lane. Relax, still on the run. He may be in a little bit of trouble right now. Oh, Relax. He's trying to juke out the spike, but even if he like dodges all of these stuns, where is he actually going with this? Hide behind the tree and TP? No? Okay, people are dying in the background, but this is just so much more interesting. Relax is going to get a Fissure straight TP? Oh no, okay, well here comes the stuns. They're all gonna land, and there's also refreshed Hex, so Relax is also gonna go down eventually. Yeah, quick shout out guys, we also got Petty on stats. I forgot to mention him because, well, he can't put any stats in the draft screen. Oh my god, he's still alive. Relax is buying so much space for his team right now. Unfortunately, his teammates are dying. Over in the mid lane, they're gonna try to go for the Shadow Fiend. Sonic Wave will not get the kill, and now the Shadow Fiend's gonna get the kill on the Queen of Pain. Earthshaker does go down in the end, but the space created, in quotation marks, wasn't actually space created because their teammates didn't do anything with it.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, I really think he could have tried to TP out when he was going to that north lane. I don't know if he showed it on camera because the action in the mid, but I really think he missed his little time window there of TPing out. But at least, yeah, he stole some time off the 2 supports, and also Beastmaster left the lane for a tiny bit. I guess it's worth it if you consider that the kill can be worth anything.
Well, in the meantime, we have boots coming up from the Next.KZ side. Tranquils for everyone. And, well, bottom lane, they are looking for this Morphling, but a waveform through. Neekbaby's going to pop his ultimate, now go straight towards Tober, but this guy has maxed out Morph. He's going to turn around right towards Stoneman, who doesn't have that much in the offensive capabilities right now. Neekbaby's still alive right now as Morphling does shift mainly to strength now, not doing that much damage. Stoneman just doesn't have the damage, and Sumeru is coming in. Neekbaby's going to jump right into a spike. He will pact it out, pounce as well. He will get the kill, but then he will go down as well. Sumeru just does enough damage to get that one, but still that's a good trade for the unknown side.
So close, Jesus, so close. Just one more right click by the Morph, and that Slark would have just smashed his desk in anger. But nope, that didn't happen. In the end, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Both cores are going down, and the Morph, of course, is a nice kill. He's level 7, so that's tasty experience going your way there.
Unknown, they're gonna find themselves just 7 minutes in the game, facing down a 3K disadvantage in both gold and experience. And it's really not much that they could have done about that, except for check Roshan, but that's probably just not even worth their time. It's probably even more dangerous than it's actually worth value to them. Up towards top, they're going to jump in towards Neekbaby. Will packed out one stun, won't get stunned again. Relax in the meantime, getting roared up. Does throw a fissure connecting onto 2, but now he's on the run once again, and this time he's not going to get very far. He will get picked off immediately, and that's going to be another free kill for Next.KZ. Slark and Earthshaker, an okay kill combo, but up against the Morphling, that kill is never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Relax there, that was just too optimistic. Oh yeah, Next.KZ, it's only their 4th game. That's interesting.
Yeah, this is like the newer Next.KZ, like
yeah,
the old one with
new.
Mantis and Reeves and whatnot. I have no idea what happened to them. I think they're under some different tag now, but this is the first time I've seen this Next.KZ. Not the first time I've seen these players specifically, but as a team, yeah, first time. Slark on the top lane is going to get dove. He does have the Shadow Dance, but it's not healing him as much as he would really like. Trying to bottle up. Axe is going to miss. And the Beastmaster has a haste rune, but he does not have a roar, so Slark has to get the hell out of there. Meantime, bottom lane, they're going to go for Sumeru. That's a nice little kill on the line with just the 3 supports. Oh man, Unknown feel like they have so many supports in this game, and that's sometimes good, but most of the time it's not.
Yeah, I mean, this tower is most likely going down, but Queen of Pain, how did you just die in the mid? Like, that was one race, the rest was just right click. I don't know how Arise really did that.
Linked in to a Shadow Fiend, and then tried to get the Sonic Wave off at the last second, which wouldn't have even gotten the kill, so Arise just severely misjudging his damage output.
Absolutely, that's something that shouldn't happen, because I mean, they had such a good start in the mid, so he was already fighting an uphill battle, and then just YOLOing against the Shadow Fiend, feeding him even more. The level difference is quite amazing at the moment. Shadow Fiend is going towards level 10, while Arise is just about to scratch level 8, but now he gets his revenge, replicating what he tried to do in the first place, this time successfully.
He gets the Sonic Wave off, and because of that level difference, he's gonna grab 800 experience pretty casually, not too bad there, and gets a pretty nice chunk of gold. Unknown need a lot more kills right now. Like, they have this Shaker who, he could say he's a support, but then you have Disruptor who's you could also say is a support. Same thing for the Crystal Maiden, who has been jungling a great portion of this game. I don't exactly know what Stoneman is holding gold for. Maybe a Blink Dagger, but relax and get roared in the face in the Radiant jungle. Death Ward to channel, and well, it's not as fast as the Mystic Flare combo with Beastmaster, but it's just as good.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way you can actually do anything against that. I mean, 3-second stun, plus damage, plus axes, and then there's a Death Ward for all the 3 seconds channeling on you. And even if you could get a Fissure through, that's also casting time. So yeah, you get like, what, 4 seconds full damage. Just no way you survive that as a support with like only Tranquil Boots.
So bad times for the Unknown side across the board. Gonna be a little bit worse. Static Storm does land onto 3. But there's no real follow-up. We're actually going to jump in, though. Echo Slam's going to kill 1, and onto the Shadow Fiend. They'll kill 2, and then use the Freezing Field to kill the Morphling. Glimpse back onto the Beastmaster. I had to say something, didn't I, man? I just had to say it. Suddenly Unknown get a 4-kill, a 4-for-0 trade, and credit all goes to Pure Evil.
Look at the fight recap. This is so bad. 3k experience and gold swing. The gold swing is absolutely amazing. 3.5k gold out of this, and maybe even some more damage here on the tier 1 tower, even though they were supposed to be the one to claim our objective here. But Disruptor, the absolute value pick. This is why I love Disruptor. He can just turn around these fights, unless of course there are BKBs on the other side, but we are way too early for this in this game. So easy going. 3 players, kinetic field plus silence, just no way.
The Echo Slam, the Freezing Field, like, that's pretty much as wombo as you can possibly expect this combo to go off. like, realistically, it's not going to get much better than that, but Next.KZ definitely have to be careful
And look at Crystal
next
Maiden
time
now.
to make that push.
I mean, Crystal Maiden is a buffed hero, especially Freezing Field now, the lower cooldown, it's 90 seconds all the time, which means that is a cooldown whenever you're about to die or like you don't want to escape or you don't care about your life, just cast Freezing Field, like zone them out, like make it all possible. 90 seconds by the time you respawn, it's, I don't know, by the time you hit the next fight, everything should be just fine. Anyway, she, with that, I don't know, amazing fight in the mid, got a Midas now, which means now Crystal Maiden is also getting a lot of farm and won't lag behind in levels.
And that's really crucial. CM, especially when you go for 3 points in the Arcane Aura, is going to fall behind in the offensive department. We've already seen that in this game. But she'll get her levels now, and that Freezing Field, he said, freshly buffed, and it's going to be very quickly level 2. But Next.KZ, they're going to jump right into the Roche Pit. They have no, or I guess they have one additional point presence of the Dark Lord, you know, levels and such. They will clean that one out very quickly. Another 200 gold per person, and a whole slew of experience to boot. This is something that Unknown really have to be careful of. Like, that's the second Roshan. If they let it happen one more time, suddenly it's Aegis and Cheese for Next.KZ. And then at a certain point, you know, even a 3-man Static Storm Echo Slam won't save you from the farm that Next.KZ are getting from taking these objectives.
I mean, you have to think about the timing. Sure, they sacrificed right now that tier 1 tower in the mid, but then again, they finished the other tower on the other side and top. I'm not really sure if we have a rotation there in or not, but the fact is, we're talking about a 12-minute game with the second, not the first, with the second Roshan actually happening. Oh, but look at the Morphling. They go easily on him. He's not morphed into anything. This is the Aegis, but look at the train. There's the support coming.
Nikobaby is going to be the one to probably run into anyone, and that's ideal for Unknown. He's going to straight TP out. Lucky can throw the cast, but that won't land. Everyone else TPs out. Yeah, the Morphling may be feeling a little bit too comfortable. Oh, wait, no. Arise is still here, but he should be fine. Morphling feeling a little bit too comfortable right now. Sitting at, well, okay, now he's at 700 HP. That's a little bit better, but he was at, like, 500 or something like that, and Unknown get a free kill off of that. It's just the Aegis, but it's still going to have Next.KZ put all 5 heroes on the top lane with a mech on the Shadow Fiend at the ready. And they have no Static Storm this time. Do they have a Blink Dagger on Shaker? It's close, but not there. I don't think that Unknown can defend this tier 2.
Yeah, they just have to be careful. I mean, Disruptor doesn't have his Static Storm, but let's see. They go for this tier 2 tower. No, basically Unknown. They're not gonna do anything against it because they just can. Arise is finally grabbing a TP scroll. I mean, Jesus, he was... I don't know how long he was there, like 2 minutes.
Relax is going to get jumped by Topper. He does have A stun. Echo Slam is available, but he really doesn't want to die right now. Nikobaby should be getting in there, trying to distract away from Relax, but it seems like this Morphling has full sight with the Hawk, and he will get the kill with that waveform. Slark is free and clear. That's a 1900 gold Earthshaker. That's like the worst time to die, man.
Yep. You're losing even more gold, another 250 gold down just away from the Blink Dagger. That's really bad. And this way also the Beastmaster is gonna get his first Necronomicon. How is the Morphling's farm at the moment? 1k gold on top of a Yasha Aquila. Okay, it's actually less than I thought after like his good laning.
It just doesn't feel like a lot because he's gotten these basic items like the bottle and the Ring of Aquila. We have Nikobaby with an Invis rune stalking out for a kill onto this Lion, and he may be able to burst him down. It will be close. No, Lion does get the Hex off. He has a spike and a finger. Nikobaby can't even kill off a Lion by himself. That is, you know, still showing the weakness of Unknown at this point. They're just inherently behind, and they're going to be a little bit more so as they lose a tier 1 tower bottom lane.
Yeah, Midas Gaming just doesn't have the punch. That's the biggest problem. But of course, where Midas is, there are other items following the longer the game goes. And I mean, how many Midases do we have in this game? It's 2 on basically Unknown.
Oh, man. No, CM's going to win this game with the Midas because she got it so early. CM's carrying. She is going to win this game for her team. No one else on the team is going to do anything. Just CM. 1v5, no problem. I believe in CM, man. I like the hero.
Field is dangerous right now. It's really dangerous. It's all time up. You don't have to hold back on it. And if she just gets a nice position, like especially around a Disruptor, that could really hurt.
And Unknown, if they get a Blink Dagger on either the Queen of Pain or the Shaker, or not the Queen of Pain, Crystal Maiden rather, or the Shaker or both, then those setups are going to be a lot easier to come by. Next.KZ though, they are just going to keep on pushing in. They see the Shaker. They know that he has no way of getting into this fight. He has no Blink Daggers. Therefore, Next.KZ can get a little bit lazy on their positioning and just beat down this tower. Sumeru up towards top lane. That's maybe not where you want to be, although there's a glimpse, or there's a Tiro coming in. It's going to get glimpsed immediately right back. He does get the roar out beforehand, though. Sumeru's going to jump, and Eagle Wave does pop his ultimate beforehand and pack out the Hex. Static Storm is there, which will do a little bit of damage and also distract the Shadow Fiend, but he's going to be just fine to charge forward as Pure Evil is on the run. He will run into both Lucky and Han. Maybe. No, Kinetic Field goes up. Got to TP out like right now, Pure Evil. Oh no, this is not looking good for our Disruptor player. Glimpse back. He does have a point booster, now a TP. Everyone gets out. How the hell did that happen?
I have no idea how that happened, but nice play there by the Disruptor, just blocking everything out. In the end, well, they got that to tier 2 tower. Not much happened. A lot of TPs and rotations pretty much in vain for Next.KZ. So I think the bottom line of this one is a tier 2 trade with a tiny bit gold lost on Next.KZ side. So I guess we can claim basically Unknown the winner here.
They have a Blink Dagger on Shaker, and that in and of itself, I would say, is a win for Unknown. They also have 2,700 gold in the CM. Hand of Midas into Mjolnir. We got to go for that build, right? Battle CM.
Battle CM.
That's good too. Shadowblade. I gotta say, did not expect this coming, and Lucky
there's a glimpse.
The river is gonna get caught with everyone there from Unknown. Poor Witch Doctor had no backup, has no hope. But this is a pretty sweet item for CM. This is going to let Unknown initiate with CM just Shadowblade into Frostbite, and that's less than ideal, but it's something for them right now.
It's so pop style, actually. I mean, Shadowblade, Crystal Maiden, that's, oh my god, another glimpse here. This Disruptor is going full ham into the ultimate, and Ahmed is just going down. Like, these glimpses, the level 4 glimpses, I don't know how many kills they got with it already and how many escapes, but this Disruptor is really saving the game for basically Unknown. They had such a bumpy start after level 1 Roshan and horrible laning, but yeah, Disruptor is bringing them back into the game.
He's definitely overperforming in this game. Usually Disruptors, they get occasional glimpse utility, but this time just always with the Static Storms, always with those glimpses, and while killing off a Shadow Fiend with the glimpse, that's a big pick off right now for Unknown, and well, they're going to grab an Aghanim Scepter off of that with the Queen of Pain. They do have to face up against a Blink Dagger now up on Sumeru, who somehow got that even though he was dying all the time, but they want the bottom lane, Unknown. This tower is very weak, but still defendable by Next.KZ.
And I actually wonder what Crystal Maiden is going to go for, because I mean, yeah, having Shadowblade, that's all a cool story, but like with what, 700 HP, okay, now she has more because she got Belt of Strength, but usually before that she had like about 800 HP standing there. But oh, top, there's a smoke, and they want to get the Queen of Pain. That's an easy kill. There's still a roar and still a hex if they want to. They get him, easy one.
There's a fissure, but that's way too late to do anything. Queen of Pain is pretty tanky. Like, we saw that Finger of Death. It is only level 1 at this stage. Didn't really do that much damage. So they're going to need to commit a lot of damage into the Queen of Pain in the future with the Aghanim Scepter, with the Power Treads. Oh, Sentry and Observer Ward get dropped at the same time. I think they should know what's going on. Here comes the assassination from the CM. Glimpse back into a Static Storm. Lucky is probably not going to be so. Dominant is going to steal the kill. CM carries CM. This is like going to be the most baller CM game of all time. I'm calling it right now, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, it was kind of greedy to use the Static Storm, because I think they could have just, you know, kinetic field him and punch him down, but I guess why not? It's just 1.5 minute cooldown, so you might as well. Anyway, this Witch Dog is dying pretty much on every single warding mission he is, so maybe Next.KZ, they should get him some support, or maybe next time he's going for a warding mission, just have a bait or a trap right behind him, something like that. But oh, Slark, using Shadowblade, there's the Shadow Fiend.
He's probably going to test the Shadow Fiend just to see how much damage he can do, and then realize it's not enough and then fall back. That's probably the play here. He'll jump right in. He does have supports actually coming in, so he will disengage. With the Sonic Wave coming in, Arise is going to chunk down Ahmed really low. Fissure as well, and they will kill off the Shadow Fiend eventually. There it is. Death Requiem is all they get off. Stoneman in the meantime will see Sumeru. Now, how baller is the CM? This baller has no mana, though. He's going to run straight into the Beastmaster. No, Stoneman, I believed in you. Oh man, CM does have backup coming in, but Pure Evil does not have a glimpse. Fissure is there. Blink forward, Scream. Onto Han with the Blink Echo Slam as well. They'll take down the Earthshaker, maybe lose Pure Evil. They have to kill off this Necro unit, and they will. They will probably get away without any casualties right now. It's a 2-for-1, but this is a battle CM we're talking about. They can't afford to lose there, man.
Yeah, and look at this. This is exactly what I've been talking about. Like, Queen of Pains with their Aghanim Scepter Rush. Like, look at the win rate. It's pretty low, 40%. See, and I probably watched the 60% yeah, I mean, I watched the 40% and the 60% that was Liu.
Don't tell me the odds, though. I don't want to know the odds of that. Petty, what is the stats of the CM win rate going for this build? Because it should be like 100% or close
It's only
to.
the 13th Crystal Maiden anyway, so I don't think there are any accurate stats on like how can this build go.
So we're gonna set 100% or 0% win rate with this.
Yeah. Anyway, like the
making.
whole composition and the whole positioning on the map, to be honest, for Next.KZ is, in my opinion, not good. They lose every time the Witch Doctor he's warding. Like that go on the Shadow Fiend, the supports were actually close enough to, I don't know, converge on this position. Also, the Morphling was not anywhere close. If the Morphling was there, they would have gotten at least 2 kills. The Earthshaker was an easy kill. The Disruptor was an easy kill. But let's see, even now in the mid, look at the Shadow Fiend. He's alone here. The team is not even close, and the Crystal Maiden is just saying hello.
Just a level 1 Frostbite, no big deal. Glimpse back as well. They're wasting a lot into the Shadow Fiend. Sonic Wave is going to cut through the BKB. But those are a lot of skills down, and they need them for this Roshan fight. It has respawned with the cheese. I guess BKB out from the Shadow Fiend is really nice. Do Unknown actually want to make a play here? They have no Blink Echo Slam. They have a Static Storm and a Freezing Field. Is that going to be enough? With the positioning from Next, I'm inclined to say no. Relax, going to throw a Fissure, going to connect only the Morphling. They throw the Kinetic Field, not going to do that much. Pure Evil does get hit with the Maledict. Has the Finger of Death on him as well. Gets the Static Storm out, and they'll try to burst down Lucky. They should be successful in doing so, but it's only a Witch Doctor down, and he's not even going to go down. And now everyone from Unknown, they have to retreat. They had no Nico Baby there who was pushing the bottom lane, but no, they'll snipe the Witch Doctor with a Fissure. Nicely done by Relax, but there's an Aegis and a Cheese now up on the Unknown side. Or did they just eat the Cheese? No, Witch Doctor has it. And oh, Nico Baby's going to wander right in. Necro 3s are available. Sonic Wave 3 is going to drop everyone very low. Now Stoneman has arrived. We'll take out the Aegis with Relax joining the fray as well. Sumeru has a blink out. He will get out of there. Topor will also wait for him. He'll be just fine. But Unknown get a couple of pickoffs that quite honestly should not be happening for the Next.KZ side.
To be honest, like for me the big question mark is when exactly does Next.KZ finally get vision? Because there's a Crystal Maiden standing right next to you, they don't see it. There's a Slark with a Shadow Blade standing right next to you, they don't see it. And all they do is just circling around like vultures and wait till the right moment comes. And Next.KZ, they never know what's hitting them.
Guys, we are going to set that 100% or 0% win rate. It's beautiful. But while all these fights are going on, like, we gotta remember that Next.KZ at one point in this game had like what, a 5k advantage, 4k. It's now slowly but surely going back in favor of Unknown, as they are working with 2 Hands of Midas. I guess Crystal Maiden kind of inflating that stat. That hero with farm doesn't really use it nearly as well as a Slark with farm. But Slark is now looking towards Han in the middle lane.
Just look at this.
Guy
No
does not
vision.
have his Necro Books. He has a Roar. Nick Baby trying to time it with the Fissure. It looks like they'll take the kill and then be on their merry way. A nice free one for Unknown, and Stoneman still has the Shadow Blade up. They will not find anyone additional, but well, they actually see some targets. I don't know if they're going to go in on them though.
Yeah, no, it's just the translation of each Shadow Blade. I mean, so far the 2 Shadow Blades they picked up, and I thought like, 2 Shadow Blades, is that really a good idea? But like at least each of that Shadow Blade translated in about what, 3 kills each or something, which pays like almost half of the net worth of a Shadow Blade. So yeah, it's totally worth to grab those items, because Next.KZ, they just don't do anything. Not even their own lanes close to towers is warded. Every time the Slark or the Crystal Maiden finds initiation into more and more burst by the other side. And if you run away, you have to use the BKB, or you will just get glimpsed back. It's something that's just falling apart at the moment for Next.KZ.
And now they're getting split pushed. Like, this is not supposed to be the big strength of the Unknown side. I guess when you get Shadow Blades, it is something that you can do a lot better. But really, they should not be facing that much split push against the heroes that Unknown have, yet they are. And that is because most of these heroes from Unknown just individually have so much threat that you have to send 1-2 heroes into these lanes if you're going to convincingly shove the enemies out. But like bottom lane, we might see a jump in, Relax. Well, he saw a Shadow Fiend, but he doesn't know who's right around the corner, and Shadow Fiend does have a BKB and a mech, so...
Looked up.
Yeah, up towards top.
Again, the same story.
BKB out, just as promised.
Yeah. But the problem is still, like, Shadow Blade, full value. I mean, you use your Shadow Blade once, that's 28-second cooldown, but you get a 10-second BKB charge of your Morphling. Easy going, like, it's paying off value. But maybe now Next.KZ, they find something, they know something is going on here. Blink in hacks, Maledict, well, there's a nice stun, but just too much damage done. He would have died from Maledict there anyway, but the finger of you is coming out.
The Shadow Fiend, though, does pop a BKB charge, anticipating a blink in from a Shaker, but that didn't come. So even though it was a rise just to get picked off pure and simple, it's still going to cost the Next.KZ side a BKB on the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend really does need that BKB. Up against this much magic damage from Unknown, he has to protect himself. Relax is on the run right now. Sumeru trying to get in range with the Hex, does get it off, and now Shaker is completely swamped. He is going to get picked off. Maybe he does some damage, maybe he doesn't get a single thing off, but it's a free little pick off there for Next.KZ, and Unknown, they are still on the split push plan, but man, I don't know if they can withstand these losses. They're still ahead, but not by that much.
He's hiding in the trees. Pure Evil, you're royally screwed if someone discovers you here, but no one did, so he's just hiding there in the trees. Missing out on a lot, though. Well, let's see. Crystal Maiden here at the moment under a sentry ward. Well, but yeah, she's running out of range. If she was here and they would discover her, then yeah, that's bad news, because that Lion initiation, you don't go anywhere with a Lion behind you on a Blink Dagger.
Unknown, they are facing up against a really big Shadow Fiend and a really big Morphling. Both these heroes have gone for BKB first and haven't really done that much with their BKB charges. So if Unknown can start timing those out, then maybe this Slark can get far enough ahead with this Midas that he has a chance of actually bursting people down, but it's like a 1 core versus 2 core right now for the Unknown side. The teamfight ultimates are getting, you know, more and more emphasis for their side as this game progresses on, and that's pretty stressful for those team fighters. If they whiff, if they, you know, mislayer their CC or whatever, then they can very easily throw away a game. But for Slark, he's on the hunt once again. He will run into Sumeru and Lucky. 2 heroes, 3 heroes in fact, because the Beastmaster hero is invisible. That's going to be a surprise for Nico Baby, but if the BKB up, he'll take no damage even through that roar. Static Storm gets dropped. Necro units not going to cast anything. Lucky, though, gets caught, actually. I thought he was out, but he wasn't. Nico Baby's going to clear out the Necro units. He does have his ultimate. Will get it off and survive. No, he won't. That was a Maledict, I think, to kill off the Slark. What was that? But now Pure Evil is on the run. The Boar is going to be summoned, but it can't quite connect. This Disruptor will survive. Slark getting a 2-for-1, probably not worth it.
I don't know, the 2 supports... I mean, no, I don't think it was really worth it, to be honest, because also his 10-second BKB charge went down for this one. So without the BKB, I would have said, okay, worth it. A 2-for-1 trade, Disruptor gets out, okay, you can do that. It's not the most valuable trade of all, but sure. The problem is the BKB. 10-second BKB for like the 2 support kills, they don't care too much. They are back into the game right now, while he's still sitting like for half a minute in the fountain.
We could look at it the other way as well. The fact that Slark ran into 3 heroes there with the Invisible Beastmaster and was able to get 2 of them before he died. Like, I guess if you phrase it like that, it sounds a little bit better, but I think no matter how you slice it, it's still not exactly an ideal trade for Unknown. At least it comes with some downside. But they are positioning for a play up towards top. Unfortunately for them, there's birds frickin' everywhere, so they can't really move well. I guess that is another reason why you go for these Shadow Blades, because there's birds everywhere. But now they're going to run to Han, who does have a roar right now. Will blink and dodge the scream. Where's the Shaker going? Relax. Gonna get a wall off. That was pretty slick. And Force Staff back down into an Echo. My god, Relax is just styling on this Beastmaster. That was smooth as hell, dude.
Yeah, and not even needed in my opinion. Even with
Doesn't
a roar...
matter. It was smooth.
Yeah, but even with the roar, he would not have made it out. Now we have the Echo Slam on cooldown for 130 seconds. I guess, yeah, it's better safe than sorry. A kill is a kill. You should never argue that. But of course, yeah, style points is mostly the reason.
Yeah, kills are how you win games of Dota. Style points is how you win fans. That's how I view it. And that is like, come on. That was like such an unnecessary play, but it was so slick. That was awesome.
Yeah,
but
the Force Staff. Actually, I thought he used the Echo Slam earlier than the Force Staff, but it's maybe just the client, and I don't know how the graphical display is.
Yeah,
I know,
Force Staff is kind of weird with how you cast spells when you're being shoved.
Yeah.
But either way, Roshan, it is going to respawn, or at least show its respawn timer pretty darn quickly. This is going to be the 4th one, so another Aegis, another Cheese. Next.KZ still have a lot of minus armor, and with the Shadow Fiend approaching... Oh, wait, bottom lane, though. Topa's going to fight with Nico Baby. Does pop his ultimate right now, but suddenly Morphling is... Where is he? Up towards top lane, so that's not going to work out. He also still has the Cheese, this Morphling, so he is doubly difficult to kill off, but this is a point in the game where Unknown can actually start contesting these Roshans effectively.
Absolutely, I think the momentum is absolutely on basically unknown. You saw what the Slark can do, and I think he can replicate that in a big fight. The Shadow Fiend, well, he's using more and more of his BKB charges for not much. He hasn't engaged in many of those fights. He doesn't have a Yule Scepter, he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, so actually I don't expect too much Requiem action here in this game, to be honest. Like, I just don't see it happening because the positioning will be good. And I'm also looking at the Disruptor now having a Ganem Scepter, which means if the Disruptor plays well, and so far he had an amazing performance, I don't think you get your BKBs even off. So it's nice you have that yellow little shiny item in your inventory, but I don't think you can use it.
Plus 10 strength, plus 24 damage, dude. Gotta look on the bright
side. Always.
For like 5,000 gold.
The bright side of your inventory. Oh, nice that you go with me there. I thought I was like just making fun of myself.
I'm not that blind. Stoneman's gonna run straight into 2 heroes. Does use the Frost Nova to scout. Blink forward, Echo Slam onto 2. Sonic Wave through. Will kill off the Lion. Now they're gonna try to go for the Shadow Fiend. Does get his Requiem off, but it pretty much does no damage. He will straight TP, roar into a Rise to give him cover. Here comes Lucky and Topper, but I don't know if they want to be fighting here. Kinetic Field does go up. They tag Lucky with the Shadow Strike. They're looking for more targets, and they will get a glimpse back for like the upteenth time. Lucky's gonna fight to the death, but Maledict on the CM, instant TP back is going to keep her alive. That's a big series of pickoffs for the Unknown side. They get 2 for free. Yeah, they use their ultimates, and Roshan might be inconveniently respawning for that, but still, those 2 heroes are down.
Yep, and well, it comes down to what I just said. Look at the Shadow Fiend. He was like, oh, I'm low HP. Let's pop BKB. Let's pop Requiem. Nobody got hit by it at all. And also the Witch Dog. The Witch Dog was out. I mean, the Shadow Fiend TP'd back to the base. And like everybody of value was pretty much leaving that fight. But he was like hesitant. I don't know if you saw it, but he was going forth and back. Completely indecisive. And in the end, he was like, okay, let me cast the Paralyzing Cast. And then just go out, run out, but man, you're playing against a Disruptor, which means if there's just anywhere, any vision, you will just get owned. Well, there's Roshan number 4. Jesus Christ. We are on the 4th Roshan already, 33 minutes into the game. But this time, the contest is happening.
Static Storm and an Aghanim's Freezing Field in 8 seconds. Nico Baby's going to charge forward. He's going to catch Sumeru. Try to kill him off for anything else, and he will. Pure Evil is going to get in there with the Static Storm, but it doesn't actually connect onto anyone. He will pay the price. Sonic Wave through. Will connect on the Shadow Fiend. Nico Baby dropping pretty low. Has to go into his ultimate form. Stoneman walking right in, and no one's there, but they will just kill him off because it's this Crystal Maiden. They will take out the Shadow Fiend. Jump out from Nico Baby. Glimmering out. Will survive. But that is a 3 for 2 so far. Nico Baby's now going to get caught by the Necro units. Needs to run out. Pounce. Going to get him some more distance. Shadow Blade out. Is there any more true sight on these heroes?
Vision,
There's Necro units, but I don't think they're fast enough to keep up. They will get the kill. That true sight was just in range. A 4 for 2. An Unknown, they had 8 seconds off of their Echo Slam. Is Relax going to man up now, or is he going to concede this one? I think it's about time to give it up.
Yep, this Roshan, number 4, is also going to Next.KZ. A very interesting fight. I don't know if you saw it. I think the highlight of this fight was the Death Ward. It's like, everybody's dead, and Lucky's like, Death Ward, yeah! I don't know, it was absolutely amazing. Either way, he didn't get anyone with it, but it was good that they got the Slug at the end, because that plus Roshan makes it an amazing trade for Next.KZ. I think they came ahead out of this fight by a lot in net worth.
Yeah, that was not the Roshan fight that Unknown really wanted. That was also, I think, the 3rd time where they were in a position to, in theory, go for Roshan, or at least, try to crash that party, but they just didn't have all their ultimates up. Waiting a little bit more for that Freezing Field forced CM to just, wander around the outskirts of that fight. Same exact thing for Relax, who was unable to use his Echo Slam because he just didn't have it available to him. If Unknown have all of those skills, then that fight is a lot different for them, but just the timings. The fight that happened in the Radiant Jungle stalled out the timings for Unknown and paved the way for Next.KZ to take that Roshan. So with this Aegis and this Cheese, where is the objective? Mid-tier 2, probably the easiest, but at this point, they should be thinking about high ground.
High ground. Oh well, to be honest, I mean, so far I'm happy that we just fight around in the river, a fight here for Unknown, a fight there for Next.KZ. Everything is fine, and we are absolutely amused, as well as the viewers. Okay, those who are betting, they want to have results, and just get their Arcanas back, pretty much. But for me, who just enjoys a good game of Dota, this is fine so far. I think it really becomes ugly, really ugly when we go high ground, because I don't see Next.KZ being ready for it.
Oh, Pure Evil run into the Morphling. But Morphling is going to get out of there before anything else. Does have his Aegis and a BKB. So him dying, pretty darn difficult for the Unknown side to accomplish. It is going to, like, break this kind of stalemate that we have. It's not really like a stalemate, but Next.KZ and Unknown, they've been fighting, for the most part, very evenly. Like, one team wins a fight and the other team gets a pick off, so on and so forth. But when you go up high ground, that's definitely going to change. Arise, he might get picked off by an Invis Beastmaster, but he does have a lot of support. In fact, his whole team is right next to him. Arise is going to get Force Staffed out, Blinked out as well. Static Kinetic Field is up onto Han, but again, no follow-up. Unknown are going to retreat without losing anyone.
Yep, that's a good outcome. But, well, they're still luring around, and I don't think, basically, Unknown, they accept this tier 2 tower. But then again, they split push with the Slark, so... Is that some tier 2 tower trade attempt? I don't think that's a good idea, because Slark won't be as fast.
Well, I mean, for Unknown, the ultimates, those are like their primary defensive tools as far as defending their high ground. And if you have a choice, you might as well defend tier 3s instead of tier 2s. So it will be a tier 2 tower trade after all, and Nick was able to clean that one up. And Next.KZ, man, like taking these team fights in the random areas in this map, that's one thing, but actually going into the enemy base up against a Freezing Field, an Echo Slam, and a Static Storm, that requires a lot of preparation. Even Aegis Cheese is by no means guaranteed. Nikuebi going to run into Sumeru right next to his tier 2 tower. Surprise Slark! Pact will burst down that Lion and will nullify the Hex. Then a straight TP out. Nikuebi is going to get a free assassination.
I think he should have just casted blindly that Earth Spike, just hoping for a lucky stun, just interrupt his whole rotation. But in the end, easy go. I mean, the Slark was there to grab the courier, just to say that out loud here. It was never intended to be like a Lion kill, but sure, you didn't get the courier, you might as well, you know.
He'll settle for a kill on the enemy heroes. It's fine, I suppose.
Just what that.
And now he
there
has
was some
Basher.
miscommunication right now. Lucky didn't grab the rune because he thought, okay, Shadow Fiend is gonna have the bottle, but in the end Shadow Fiend sold his bottle right now. He has one slot. Oh, never mind. Beastmaster in mid. That was a fast kill. Disruptor is just getting blown up, and Disruptor is the target, is the hero they need to target first, pretty much. So this is good. Now we can actually talk high ground.
Well, they lose their courier. Slark gets his mission accomplished, but Earthshaker is in the area, and Next.KZ do know about it, but I don't think they care. Tier 3 is taking a beating right now. Where's the CM? They need both the Echo Slam and the Freezing Field to land, but look at this positioning from Next. Lucky, though, might get picked off for anything else he will. Nikuebi now going to go towards the Shadow Fiend, stealing a lot of stats. Now BKB goes up, and Han just used his Roar, so he doesn't have anything to cut through that, except for the damage of this Morphling. Nikuebi needs some help right now, and, well, no, he doesn't, actually. He's tanky enough to withstand all that. They lose the Tier 3. They assassinate the Witch Doctor. They still have all their big team fight ultimates. Because of that, Next.KZ are going to call it quits. It's still a free Tier 3 tower for them, though.
I wouldn't say free. I mean, they lost
the Witch Doctor. He's expendable.
Yeah, and the courier, the Witch Dog. Yeah,
the
yeah.
Courier
Of course.
kill is going to happen regardless of whether or not they made that push.
Yeah, it's a Tier 3 tower. There's nothing to argue there. Obviously, I'm just saying it came at a interesting price, but not just the price of what you pay for it, also the price of showing how a future fight could go. And you saw that Slark was going ham on that Shadow Fiend, and there's no way to stop him for a long time. Like the opener into BKB, or first into Shadow, then into BKB. I don't know. He has like, it feels like 7, 8, 9 seconds uptime on one target, and there's just no way stopping him right now.
And he'll have a little bit more once he gets an Abyssal. Just you perma-stun them, and then you go into your ultimate form where they can't do anything except for try to run, but they're being bashed and slowed and all sorts of unpleasantness. Nikuebi can kill off these targets. The Shadow Fiend, I'm assuming this Hyperstone is going to be built into an AC. That will definitely help. Or jumping Nikuebi, that'll help as well. Needs his BKB, but he's going to get chain stunned pretty well. In fact, perfectly. Can't get a single thing off, and that is a nice pick off on the Next.KZ side. Slark's down for 90 seconds. The push, though this time without the Aegis, is going to continue, and this should force the buyback out from the Slark unless Unknown's team fighters pull out a miracle.
Yeah, and let's see what they want to do. I mean, top, we have relaxed pushing, but hell, it's an Earthshaker, so not much is going to happen there, and he's already TPing back. The same pretty much goes for the Crystal Maiden. They know that they have to defend there. Still some residual Necros ready, as well as one creep with disables, like everything. But oh, there's a go!
He gets hexed in as the Hawk provides them the vision. Glimmer, Cape out, however. Static Storm, or the ultimate from Shadow. In the meantime, Nico Baby jumps in, does kill off the Lion. Sonic Wave flying through as well, but Arise has to retreat. Freezing Field in the middle, and no one has their BKBs up anymore. In fact, there's a Ghost Scepter up on the Beastmaster. That's not going to help. They don't use the Echo Slam, just Stoneman and Nico Baby cleaning up all of Next.KZ. My god. I look away from the Slark for 1 second, and suddenly everyone is dead. Same exact thing for the CM. Yeah, 4,200 damage done by the CM, 2,800 on the Slark. Easy game.
Yep, it comes down to what exactly I said. I don't know, 30 seconds before all this. Well, he had to spend buyback and whatnot, but still, it's pretty crazy what just happened here. 5 heroes down. What I'm kind of surprised is that the Morphling still had Manta. He didn't use it. He still had Cheese and didn't use it. It's just the fact that like everybody ignores the Morphling. They just ignore him completely and focus on the squishy heroes, then on the Shadow Fiend. This order is absolutely fine. And yeah, no damage done except for a bit on the range racks, and that's it.
TP coming in up towards the top will be cancelled. Buyback from the Beastmaster. That can't be cancelled. Lucky's going to TP out, as will the Beast. Will they actually catch anyone here, though? Jump in, Blink onto Arise. Sumeru's there with the Finger of Death. Arise taking a beating right now. Can Blink out? Maybe. No, Spike is there. But Nico Baby slays the Witch Doctor in the meantime. Now going towards Sumeru. Gets a bash as well. He'll pounce forward looking for Han. One single hit is going to secure the demise of this Beastmaster, but he does Ghost Scepter and juke it out. Shadow Fiend has respawned. Stoneman, though, is here to back them up, and they also have a Disruptor coming in. And an Earthshaker with Travels, who is also coming in. This is 4 heroes up on top for Unknown. But Next.KZ, now with the Morphling and Shadow Fiend up, that's probably a little bit too much for them. They don't have enough mana on Stoneman.
Yeah, but you see what the Slark did. Like, he was like, okay, you focus Arise, I'm just gonna get you both here. And that the Beastmaster didn't die was just a mere fact of him having Ghost Scepter and being able to plink out after some nice forth and back jukes. That didn't happen, but Ahmed in the mid, that's not where you want to be.
2 supports versus a Shadow Fiend. That's a bold call. Glimpse back. Static Storm. Now, you need the Static Storm to cancel the BKB, but they pull out the BKB charge anyway. Now Stoneman, he's going to run into a double damage Beastmaster, but Beastmaster doesn't want to take that fight, especially when Nico Baby is coming in hot. But that would have been an amazing pickoff if they were able to get that glimpse back. It's never going to happen, of course, but now the Shadow Fiend has his minimum duration BKB.
Yep, so this is, yeah, you already said it, I was just about to say that. So we have 1 BKB down to pretty much nothing, and the other BKB is at 7, so I'm not so sure where this one is going. The only thing I'm really afraid of is the Slark, because the Slark, even if everything fails, Echo Slams and Freezing Fields and Arise's ultimate, that Slark can still go for 3-on-1 or something like that. But Arise, there's the opening and a beautiful double stun.
Blink forward though from Relax, gonna get the Echo Slam off. Lucky's starting to channel that ultimate, and the Static Storm misses. No one's actually focusing this Witch Doctor. He'll tear through everyone, but Lucky is gonna die in the meantime to Nico Baby. Maybe no. He gets hexed up by Sumeru, who still survived. Now Nico Baby will go down as well. Relax, even with a great ultimate, doesn't matter because Sumeru got a better ultimate first, or better stun first. Stoneman now into the Shadow Blade BKB. The Freezing Field to channel. Glimmer Cape, not gonna save the Lion, and Tober's just sitting in it. What are you doing, Morphling? There's nothing good for you there. He gives Stoneman a triple kill. Now Ahmed's trying to TP out, but a Fish will interrupt this. CM Shaker versus the World. They'll take down the Shadow Fiend, and it'll be a 5-for-3 with an ultra kill for the CM. What? I told you, dude. I told you the CM was going to carry this game.
Oh, Mike, what did I just see? What was that? Like, the carry Crystal Maiden is finishing off a fight that was just horrible. Like, I was about to say, like, yo, Mike, I think this is high ground, you know, because, like, Slark has buyback used already, no chance whatsoever. But then, like, Crystal Maiden was coming in and just rocking the show, Glimmer Cape and everything. I don't know, the Morphling, he had a complete brain fart. He was just standing in the freezing field and was like, oh, it's so fresh here. But I don't know. That was just hilarious. I think I have to highlight this video for YouTube.
Dudes, this build on CM, this is the craziest build I've seen on CM. That's actually like a serious build, not just like a raffle troll build, because it's actually working. And the scary thing is that CM is very close to being 6-slotted. I don't think I've ever seen a CM 6-slotted before. She just doesn't get that much cold. And her score, it's like so weird. I would expect like 3, 9, and 10, like that's a little bit more realistic, but not like this, man. Stoneman, I guess you could get a Silver Edge upgrade, you could travel it up, but then you're done.
Yeah, to be honest, if I in the next weeks get somehow the chance to actually play a game of Dota, I'm gonna go all pick, say Crystal Maiden.
You're the worst type of player if you do that. Pure Evil is gonna catch Lucky in the river, but Sumeru's there as well. Glimpse back, not gonna do it, although Fissure will. Pure Evil's gonna get the Static Storm off, jump forward, relax, and the Freezing Field again. Will kill off those two. On to Han they go. Is going to arrive. They need this Slark here right now. Stoneman jumping very low, but he has the Glimmer and he has the Shadow Blade. He'll survive. Earthshaker not as lucky. He'll be bursted down. But now here comes the problem hero. It's Nico Baby. He's in a 1v3. Does he care? He's going to go straight towards the Shadow Fiend. Jump in from Arise. Going to lend his aid as well. But suddenly the Morphling turns. And that's going to be an easy kill. Nico Baby still trying to take down the Shadow Fiend with the Requiem minus damage. He's suddenly not doing that much. Fissure going to help him disengage. Nico Baby still dropped very low. He's going to run straight into Han, who's very far away from the rest of his team, yet they're very scared to commit onto this Beastmaster. They could have killed him off pretty easily. They need to disengage, though, give Slark a little bit more regen. They have another Blink Dagger soon on Relax. They see the Shadow Fiend. That's an illusion. Glimpse back, though. Huge glimpse back into Stoneman's hands. How baller are you, CM? Do you want to tango with the Beastmaster? Seems like the answer is yes. No damage taken, in fact. Pure Evil getting in there with his glimpse. And now with 3 heroes down, Next.KZ, they still have the 2 heroes that they need to keep alive. But will they be able to contest Roshan? I doubt it.
470 GPM on the Crystal Maiden at the moment. It's kind of hilarious. To be honest, this fight was not bad for Next.KZ, even though it had a horrible start. But the problem is, well, what's happening with this Roshan now? It's pretty fast. Can they come in? Can they steal something? Now we need it. We need a good fight for Next.KZ.
Death Ward on the high ground is going to tear Relax to shreds. Nico Baby's going to miss his pounce as well. Does go into his ultimate form. Can he actually get out of here? Pure Evil is there with the Static Storm. But Roshan is still alive, and it will be claimed most likely by Next. Pure Evil sees them, but they can't do anything about it. Again, it's the Death Ward that wins it for Next.KZ. That's why the Slark has to assassinate the Witch Doctor first every single time. Else something like that happens. Now it's an Aegis for someone, the Morphling, and a cheese for the Shadow Fiend.
Yep, I don't know. This is just ridiculous, this game. But Slark finding the Shadow Fiend, you cannot kill him. You cannot kill him. There's still BKB on him, ready, cheese, easy going for him. He just shows, but man, if this Slark dies, then this game might be over for basically Unknown.
Yeah, he has no buyback, so he...
Yep.
I mean, getting those 3 stacks of Essence Shift, he's holding on to a lot of Agi at this point, but that's not really worth it. Top lane, range Rax is dropping very low. Cardi, though, is focusing the melee. It looks like no permanent structural damage will occur. Nico Baby's going to run into Ahmed. This time they have vision, and the Slark, he's going to get Hex and Spike. Do they have enough to chain stun him? Cast not available, and he does get his ultimate off. Now he's trying to regen everything out. The Maledict isn't going to do jack to him now, and he is free and clear. But in the meantime, mid lane, it's Disruptor to die to Toper. And he's now going to go for the melee Raxes. It is fortifiable, but they're not going to pull the trigger yet. Buyback from the Disruptor. They have the Freezing Field. They have a Slark who is alive, although without ultimate. And they have to go like right now because Next.KZ are going for the secondary set of Raxes. Arise doesn't have an Aghanim Scepter ultimate any longer. He already used it. It's just the Morphling right now. He's going to get sheeped up, but he has an Aegis. He doesn't really care about this. He's more than okay to take this CC. Secondary set of Raxes will start to fall. Illusion's doing most of the damage right now. They're looking for an angle, but there is no angle to be had. Morphling is going to get jumped on, will lose his life, but the Rax is also dropping as Arise gets roared up with the Death Ward bouncing through. They'll kill off the Queen of Pain and also stall at Nico Baby. The Raxes will fall. They're looking for an angle in, but the positioning from Next.KZ is just too good. They are going to take 2 sets of Raxes. Are they going to actually claim Megas here? That'll force Unknown's hand, but Arise doesn't have a hand to be forced. Doesn't have his buyback right now. They'll catch Toper with a Fissure with Nico Baby as well. BKB is up, trying to chain stun that Morphling. Pure Evil, though, gets jumped, and he will get his Static Storm off, but it's not going to do that much. He's going to actually kill off the Morphling with it. Ahmed, though, sitting in the middle of everything. Stoneman's going to jump right in, manning up as this Crystal Maiden. Freezing Field now being channeled, but Sumeru, he can't actually get in there to cancel it, and Ahmed's trying to man fight up against the CM, but he's actually losing. He will win that fight in the end, but the Witch Doctor loses his life in the sidelines. Ahmed now pops the cheese. Nico Baby's still alive, but no one else on Unknown have any buybacks. And it looks like the long cooldowns of the Unknown's ultimates gonna finally be their undoing. They can't kill off the Shadow Fiend, they can't kill off the Morphling. They're gonna lose game 1.
Yep, this is so lost. Now he's hexed here and he will just get right-clicked to death. No ultimate, no nothing, but this game was so clowny. The reason I was laughing so hard in the bottom lane fight sort of was that Death Ward, it was channeling from the bottom barracks till almost the throne, because they made like a UNICEF charity line of holding hands through the Death Ward. It was just hilarious. I don't know how if you saw it on camera how long that Death Ward channel was, but it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
The what a fight. For the bouncing is pretty broken. And Witch Doctor was never in any real danger that entire time. Toper's gonna jump right into his doom. Unknown are up against Mega Creeps now, and they don't have like any AoE to deal with this. They need a Battle Fury and a Mjolnir on Nico Baby right now. But he just doesn't have the funds to do so. Next.KZ, they don't have their Morphling for 100 seconds, but give Unknown 200 seconds, and I don't know if they can push the enemy base fast enough.
No, I don't know. Like, this is, to be honest, this is something where you could call GG, because they don't have enough counter push. Look how long they work on like just one creep wave. And everything is ready on the other side. 90 seconds only on the Morphling. 90 seconds is what it takes them to burn through a tier 2 tower, plus tier 3, plus Rex, and then there's still a full 5-man team, plus your base under pressure by Mega Creeps. This is just not working out, not in any world of imagination, I think, but... Well, never say never. I also never thought we have a Crystal Maiden with like a top 3 net worth and a 500 GPM, something like that.
I'm so upset that this Crystal Maiden build might lose. I'm so sad. They're gonna jump in. This is, again, Unknown's their only reasonable option right now. It's the only thing they can do to win this game, but Nico is going to get jumped, and he's going to get the BKB Shadow Dance off. He's still alive. Stoneman will get ground down by the Death Ward. No one's canceling that. It'll finally get canceled, but it's way too late. They've already lost that CM, and they're going to drop the Shadow Fiend low. Echo Slam in is going to kill off the Shadow Fiend. Now going to claim a couple more. They're going to have buybacks, though, Next.KZ, and Han is still alive right now. Duke Baby surviving barely, but no, it's not enough. The Ancient of the Radiant is going to die to the creeps.
Oh, Jesus. Like, if that was thrown that game, I would have just, I don't know, I would have eaten my microphone. That's like, what the hell, guys? That was some crazy defense. Like, I never thought they actually jump in front of their tier 3 tower to defend it. But well, beauties of the Beastmaster into, well, just pushing, and those Mega Creeps with Inner Beast, for example, just no way.
This has been the sweetest game of Dota in this new patch that I've seen so far. Like, there's just so much sweet stuff that happens in this game. Like, I don't know if it was a good game, just because there were so many like weird things that happened, but it was sweet, and that's gonna be game 1 claimed by Next.KZ, guys. For Unknown, they well, they tried to style on them, and it worked sometimes, but apparently this CM build doesn't work.
So what's the GPM in the end? 457. Okay, that's quite interesting. Anyway, guys, this was a very fun game to watch, I have to say. And the underdog won against basically Unknown. But of course, it's the best of 3, which means we are coming back. And yeah, we have a new stats record. Our statsman tells us 457 GPM on a CAPM in a professional game. That's a first. And if we see more world records, we're gonna find out in game number 2.
Alright guys, I'm Mike Loris, I've been joined by HeflaTV. We'll both be right back in just a little bit for game 2 between basically Unknown and Next.KZ from the GameShow Invitational. Don't go anywhere.